Side 1822. Tessa Blanchard got released a couple of days ago from Impact Wrestling. She was the current Impact Wrestling World Champion. And I was hearing news on Tessa Blanchard about she not sending in promos for Slammiversary. So they got sick and tired of Tessa Blanchard saying, you know what, it's time for you to go. Tessa Blanchard, to be so young, burned so many bridges in the professional wrestling business. And now she's a free agent. This girl has a lot that comes with her. So is Tessa Blanchard worth the trouble? Is she worth the trouble of AEW, WWE, NWA, MLW, just other promotions signing her? I heard all the stories about Tessa Blanchard and she need to clean up her act. I do like her as a performer, but what I hear about her behind the scenes, I do not like. A lot of women do not like her. She's a cancer back in the locker room. Tessa Blanchard, you could argue say she's the best female wrestler in the world. A lot of people say Charlotte Flair. You can add Tessa Blanchard to that conversation. So if W or AEW decide to sign her, how will she act? Will she learn from her mistakes? Who knows? Now, whoever signed her is getting a talented performer, but you're getting someone with a lot of baggage. And I want Tessa Blanchard to look in the mirror and say to herself, you know, it's time for a change. I can't keep doing this because if I want to be in this professional wrestling business, I got to do better. Now, we all know at the end of the day, professional wrestling will always continue to be a shady business. And she is a shady individual. So even with her being shady, she still can get signed. Like from the WWE. We all know about the WWE. Of course she can get a job. But the thing is, what I want companies to do, tell her, you got to make changes. You cannot continue to be the same old individual you are. You got to mature. How long can Tessa Blanchard keep on doing this? I want to see Tessa Blanchard in AEW. I've been saying for the longest on Twitter, telling people that division sucks. She needs to be in that division. She could be the franchise centerpiece of the division. And then they could do stuff with her. They could put the rock on her back like they did with her in Impact Wrestling because she was tremendous in Impact Wrestling. Now, I wasn't for all the matches against the men, but she's a damn good performer. And they are really getting a great talent. But damn, she one of those great talents that you get a lot of baggage and you make you wonder, is she really worth the trouble? It's kind of like an NFL wide receiver. They so good and they come with a lot of baggage. But you accept it because they so good, and that's what Tessa Blanchard is. She's so good that she'll come with a lot of baggage. But do they want to accept that baggage? Because there's a lot of talented women in the world. And that's why Impact Wrestling can't survive without Tessa Blanchard. That's why they released her, because Impact Wrestling got a talented female roster. And that's why it's not hurting them. So Tessa Blanchard leaving Impact Wrestling, or getting fired from Impact Wrestling, it don't impact the division at all. No pun intended. Even though she's very talented, that division is so good that it don't hurt lose her. And that's why she's a bigger pickup for AEW than WWE. We all know about the WWE women talent. NXT, Raw, SmackDown. A lot of talent. Charlotte is the top dog. Becky's number 2. There's no room for Tessa to be the top dog in that division. Even though she's one of the best in the world, there's no space for her to be the top dog. So if AEW pick her up, I'm glad about the signing, but I also want Tessa Blanchard to change her ways if AEW sign her. Her dad, Tully Blanchard, he's there. So more than likely she will work there. And I hope her dad talks some sense to her too. Because she's going to really need to do the correct things. Because if you don't, fans not going to get excited about Tessa Blanchard. If Tessa Blanchard come on AEW, someone might say, you know what, I ain't supporting this. I tune into NXT. Once she off the screen, I turn back to TNT to continue watching AEW. And that can happen. So I need Tessa Blanchard to change her ways before she gets signed. I want companies to let her know you cannot continue to do this. Because someday, one of the females backstage is going to go upside her head. Like, we tired of this. You can't continue to do this. Someone's going to knock her ass out. Everybody have a breaking point. And someone will reach that breaking point and they're going to put her on her ass. So Tessa Blanchard, you are good. You are in the competition for best female wrestler in the world. But hold up. Sorry, messing up. You come with so much baggage, and I need you to really clean that up. It sucks that this is happening to someone that talented, like Tessa Blanchard. Like all the female wrestlers in the world, you don't hear about this news like the way you hear about Tessa Blanchard. So please, Tessa Blanchard, do everything you need to do, because I want to see you on national television, on AEW, because that's what I've been preaching for the longest. I want to see her on AEW. Will she? More than likely she will be on AEW. But just do the right things. I don't know how many times I said, just do the right thing. Then everything be good. Everybody gets a second chance. That's the way the world works. But for Tessa Blanchard, this might be like her 10th chance. You young, mature, do the right things. You want to survive in this wrestling business. So, give me your thoughts on the video. Is Tessa Blanchard worth the trouble? Because she is going to get signed by someone. So, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.